Okay, so throughout the unit for metalworking, what we're gonna focus on is obviously rolling our metal and drilling holes and like threading those holes, but we're also gonna learn how to use these oxyacetylene systems so that you could bend that flat strap that we were talking about earlier. Make sense? Cool. So I've told you this before, but these cylinders together have enough power to cut through 12 inches of steel. And so we had to be extra careful on how we use these, and we have to know the proper startup, lighting, and shut off techniques, okay? So the first thing we want to do is we want to properly unroll our hose. And how we do that is simply taking it away from the tanks. And when we take it away from the tanks, we want to make sure that there are no kinks in our hose. And so a kink that's really tight, like this one, is not good, right? That's gonna restrict some flow. And if it were to get caught on something and continue to kink, it would get worse and worse. So we wanna make sure our gas could flow through this very easily, okay? Cool, so that's step one. Step two is, I guess we should talk about what these tanks do and what they are, right? This is called oxy-acetylene or oxygen acetylene. And how this works is you have an oxygen tank, which is this green colored one, which is O2, it's oxygen. And you have acetylene fuel. This is our fuel source. This is the flammable gas. Okay, so what happens is we've all learned the fire triangle, and we understand that we need three things to make sure that we have a fire, one of which is fuel. This is our fuel source. This is what lights everything off. And we also know that part of the fire triangle is it needs oxygen to breathe, right? We use this oxygen as an accelerator. So kind of like in the Fast and the Furious movies when they push that red button and their cars go super fast, you know, because they hit that NOS, that's putting extra fuel and extra oxygen in that system. And so when we introduce oxygen to this system, we get a big burst of energy that allows us to cut through metal, okay? So step one, I said, was unroll the hose. Step two, we have to turn these tanks on. It does not matter which order we turn these on. I could turn my acetylene on, or I could turn my oxygen on first. It does not matter. So, but it does matter how much we unscrew this. And so with our oxygen, we always open the oxygen tank all the way. And so this valve has rubber seals in it, so you really don't have to crank it wide open really hard. It doesn't take a lot of strength, and once it stops, you should just stop turning. And same thing when you close it, once it stops, you should just stop turning. So I have it all the way open. I know it's open because I've turned to the left. If I have questions on that, there's instructions here on the top of this valve that say open to this left direction, this counterclockwise direction. So now my oxygen tank is open. There is now oxygen going from this tank into this apparatus, which is called a regulator. This regulator takes the pressure from this tank and makes it into, it reduces it so that we could use it safely, okay? Our acetylene, all we need to do is turn this a quarter to half a turn. So I usually face my knuckles to the front, and I just turn my knuckles sideways, and that's a quarter turn. That's all I have to turn this on, is only a quarter to half a turn. Easy enough? Great. Now you'll notice on my regulator, on both of these, I have two different gauges. These gauges have a meaning. This gauge that is closest to the cylinder tells us how much pressure is in the cylinder. And so if you come close and you were to look, then you would see that there is just under 500 PSI in this cylinder, which is a lot, right? You figure like our air system in the shop pushes about 100 PSI. And so there's 5 times more pressure in this tank than there is in our air system here in the shop. This next gauge that is closest to the tube going out is the one that tells us how much oxygen is going into this hose. And so we're taking 500 PSI and we're dropping it down to 40 PSI is what it's set at right now, okay? You could also see the same thing here with acetylene. In this acetylene tank, we currently have about 75 PSI, and it's dropping it down to about 10 PSI. Naturally, acetylene doesn't run at very, very high pressures. Now you will have 200, 250 PSI in this tank, but that's nothing compared to this oxygen tank that sometimes run between 2,000 and 4,000 PSI. And so if for some reason you were to hit this valve off here, then this cylinder would go soaring through the air like a rocket ship. And they've done things like that on Mythbusters. It'll go through brick walls, it'll go through vehicles, it could kill you. So we have to be very careful when working with this oxygen cylinder when it's not strapped to this cart. Make sense? Wonderful. Our pressures are set. They should always maintain the same pressure as you see here. There's no need to touch these valves. What these little screws do right here is they change the amount of pressure going out into the hose. You don't need to touch those at this point. Next year, when you're in welding, you'll get the chance to mess with those and change your pressures for the different thicknesses you're cutting. Okay? Now we're ready to fire this up. These are open. Oxygen's open 100%. Acetylene is open just a quarter turn. Pressures are set. Now we're ready to go. Now these hose colors correlate with the same colors of the tank, right? So we said the green is oxygen on the tank, which means the green hose is the oxygen on your torch handle. And we said the red is acetylene on your tank and the red is acetylene on your torch handle. So if we wanted to light a fire, we would probably try introducing a fuel source first. And so what we'll do is we'll turn these little valves here, and we'll do it counterclockwise very softly because again these have rubber seals, and you should be able to hear the acetylene come out a little bit. And if you're not sure, you could even smell the acetylene. It's got a very bad scent to it. So I will open my acetylene and I have my striker. To use my striker, I simply close my hand. Sometimes I use my thumb, same thing. And all I need to do is bring that to my torch, and maybe it's not open enough. And so what I have is I have my flame. Now, you want to make sure when you light that there's no one near you, right? You don't want to point the flame at someone. You don't want to point the flame at the tanks. You don't want to point the flame at some paper on the ground or anything like that. This is now lit. We need to make this a clean burning fuel. It's very sooty, right? It's very dirty. And so we're going to make this nice and clean by opening more, putting more acetylene to it. Okay, it's not the cleanest, but it's much cleaner now. Now we're going to introduce oxygen to the system. This flame's going to change color, and it's going to get much more powerful. So the key here is I'm going to introduce oxygen until I see those little spikes. That's what I want to see is those 6 little spikes. If I don't have enough oxygen, it'll look something like that. If I have too much, it'll look something like that. We don't want that. So we want it just so we can see those 6 little spikes. Now, we would go ahead and we'd start to heat up our flat strap on the line that we made where we want to bend it. And we'd get it hot enough to start bending, and that's our next step. I'll show you that example later on this week. Okay? Now we're done. Our piece is hot, ready to bend. Now we need to shut this off. What should we take away first? Probably our fuel source. So we're going to take away our acetylene first. Once we turn our acetylene valve off, our oxygen's still flowing. It's blowing out any hot materials that we have left in the line and in the tip. It's safe to now turn off our oxygen tank, or our oxygen valve here. I'm not twisting these very hard. I'm just using my fingertips. There's no need to crank on these. That's a good way to break them. So after that, and the day is done, we would go ahead and turn our oxygen tank off all the way. And we turn our acetylene tank off all the way, and then we roll our hose up, and our cart is put back, and we're good to go.